This is Fifine's brand new M9 wireless microphone you're listening to right now. I'm 100 feet away. If you're able to hear it, you know it, you hear it and see it. Let's talk about the sound quality of it, what comes in the box, and if it's a good purchase for content creators or vloggers and stuff like that. Real quick, I forgot to mention that these were sent out for review. You guys probably already knew that. But in any case, I'm letting you know because I want to be upfront. Of course, they're not seeing it before y'all, and if I got any rooms of improvement, which I do, you'll be hearing about it because they'll be hearing about it. Hopefully, they'll make better products over time. Also want to point out the first part you're about to hear, I had the mic too far away from me, so it sounded a little weird. I had to go through and do some AI processing to it to make it sound better. Just didn't want to re-record the whole video. Throw that out there too. But in any case, let's get into the video. In the introduction, we're talking about the Fifine M9 wireless lavalier mics today. There's a lot of cool things about this, including it coming in the packaging itself. We're just gonna put a quick B-roll up. It's, well, the case. It comes with this nice case here, charging case where you can actually see the dots on here showing you what the charging percentage is at. Has that USB-C on the back of it where you can charge it at as well. It does have the 3 mics inside of them that light up when you get them and take off the plastic off the bottom of them. Of course, you also are going to get several different cords in the box itself. You're going to get the charging cable, and then you're going to get a phone 3.5 and a USB-C cable. You're going to get a camera cable and 2 wind guards as well. So if you're outside and it's windy or something, you're trying to cut out a little bit of background noise, those are great to throw on, as you heard in the opening scene of the video. So the way these are pretty much used and how you hook them up and stuff is you hook up the receiver to anything USB pretty much. You can hook it up to your cell phones, to tablets, to cameras if you have the adapters, which they come with. Everything is really just plug and play. You just plug it up, set it up. If you're going to like use it to your PC or something like that, you wouldn't want to set it up to be able to connect to that. But other than that, you're pretty much good to go from there, and you'll be ready to start recording. Now, the range of these say they're up to 100 feet. Now, when I opened the seeing of you walking and stuff and me being 100 feet away, that was just me counting it. To be honest, there was no cutout at all from that distance. Now, there was nothing in between me and that. Of course, if you could build walls and stuff like that, you're probably going to have some kind of interference. But I would dare to say these probably can go further. I just didn't test that, to be 100% honest with you. I figured 100 feet away with anything, that's plenty. And, anything in between is definitely going to be good as well. So let's move on. Let's talk about the actual buttons on the receiver itself and the clip. It does come with the clip, as you can see here on screen. You can clip this anywhere, shirt, hat, whatever the case may be. You are going to have the USB-C at the bottom of it, as you can see here on screen, as well as the power button. The power button is to turn it on, of course, but it also acts as a mute button. You can see the light is red. That means it's muted. When you press it again, it will go back blue, which means it is unmuted and you're good to talk. On the other side, you do have a connection button. So this will just help you connect it to the receiver. If it's not connected or disconnects or something like that, super simple. Just press that button and the button on the receiver and it'll connect back to it, as well as a noise cancellation. You'll know noise cancellation is on because it'll be a white light right there. If you press it, turns off. That means there is no noise cancellation. So it's just, well, simple and easy to use. Move over to the receiver itself. Now you do have the power button here on the side as well. And, just pressing it doesn't do anything like mute the mic or anything like that, from my understanding. You do have A and B. Now, these are 2 channels you have on here because you do get 2 mics in the box, of course. And these are just going to be your volume buttons. And you see here on top, if I press the B button and you can see, let me see if I get it on camera, I do. You can see it kind of going up. And if I press it again, it goes all the way down, and you can just cycle through the volume like that, and you'll be good to go there. As well, on the side here, you have a mono and a stereo button, so you can press it to either be mono or stereo, depending on what you want to record as. You also have an output right here. Now, this is going to be to hook up any of the cables that it comes with, to hook up to any of the devices that we talked about earlier. So again, this is a super simple, easy, clean setup to use. And just to hit on the stereo mode and mono mode again, if you see the light on, that means it's in stereo mode. If you hit the button and if it's off, that means it's actually in mono mode. So just keep that in mind as you are recording and such. So the lights on the inside, you can see when they're charging. While they're flashing green, that means they're charging. If they're flashing red, this means they are low, so they definitely need to be charged. And when they're fully charged, there'll actually be no light on them at all. The light will turn off. So for use, battery use, talking about battery stuff, the
Usage on these is supposed to be between 5 and 6 hours, which is fantastic. If you're getting that kind of time out of these, that means you can pretty much go anywhere and shoot multiple days, really. Unless you're like shooting hours at a time, vlogging and stuff like that, you shouldn't really have to worry about battery on these. It takes about 2.5 hours to charge in the case itself, but the good thing about these is if you need to charge them a little faster, you can hook them up to the USB-C at the bottom of the mic itself, which will give you an 1.5 hour charge time. So you're cutting that time down by an entire hour to be fully charged and ready to go for another 5 to 6 hours. The case does charge on the back as well with the USB-C. Kind of mentioned at the beginning of the video, but since we're talking about charging stuff, I'll bring it up again because I know somebody skipped to the middle of the video and decided to start watching from here. If you are that person, make sure you comment below. I would love to know that I was 100% right. While you're down there and the rest of you are down there looking to see that comment, who commented down there, make sure you like the video. It helps out with the algorithm, helps me push this video out, and well, move it on. Anything in the video, of course, is going to be linked in the description below. So if you want to help the channel out by hitting those up, definitely appreciate it. Let's move on. So now we're going to get into a couple of tests that I have completed, and I'll talk about the results afterwards. But the test I'm going to do is me holding the mic in studio here and also clipping it on, and we're going to run it without the wind guard on because, well, we're in studio. We'll run it with noise cancellation and without noise cancellation. Just so you know, there will be raw audio footage. It's not going to be any kind of compressors or EQ or anything like that. But what I will be doing is either bumping the volume up or bumping the volume down, and I'll let you know with the decibels I had to either negative or plus in the video itself, so you'll be able to see it on screen.
All right, guys, we're back in the studio. We're using the mic. I'm going to go ahead and let you know now that if you have this turned all the way up, for me anyways, because of how I'm a talker, loud, it's going to be really bad sounding. The audio clips that you heard before, I had to bring the volume way down. If you notice it, it was like a negative whatever decibels just to get it to sound good. And here is, well, whatever it says on screen. I'm gonna put it down here what I did for decibel wise. Everything else gonna be raw though. I'm not gonna do any kind of compressor or anything like that. Just in case, you know, to give it that real sound. Now it is raining pretty hard behind me in the background. I don't know if you can hear that or anything. If you can, we're gonna turn on the noise cancellation now and just test it with it on. Good test. And this is what it sounds like with noise cancellation on. I'm personally never been a fan of noise cancellation on any mic. I'm not sure how I feel about this one yet because I haven't actually listened to it in studio with the volume turned down on the mic itself to listen to it post to see if it sounds better or not. So once I listen to it, you'll know my thoughts because I'm gonna tell you them right now. Here's a test of it just clipped to my shirt, as you can see here. I have the volume on the receiver itself turned to medium, not all the way up. There's 3 lines. I got it set to 2 instead of 3. Again, setting it to 3 just overpowers it in my opinion, and it just doesn't sound good. It almost sounds tinny. So I would recommend maybe, depending on your voice and how soft you talk, you'll have to play with it. And once you get it right setting and stuff, you'll know where you need to be. But this is going to be at 2 with noise cancellation off. Let me turn noise cancellation on, and let's do some plosives real quick while we're here. Peter Pan pecked a pickle. Peter Pan pecked a pickle. Peter Pan played with a pickle.
Giggity giggity, giggity goo. Stick around.
Yeah, moving on. And this is what noise cancellation sounds like being on, being clipped to my shirt, as you can see here. Peter Pan pecked a pickle. Peter Pan pecked a pickle. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. So you can kind of hear if it cuts off real fast or not, if it's got a good cut off. I'm really interested in hearing it myself. Again, I'm going to listen to everything and just kind of compile it and give you my final thoughts right after this. Well, right now. So here are my thoughts on this, the sound quality test and everything. I'm going to be 100% real because that's just how I am on the channel. I think that holding it sounded pretty good. I didn't have an issue with it. And I think with a little bit of post-production editing, I can personally make it sound even better and it'd be fine for me. All right, so here's the other test I wanted to do. This is just clipped to my shirt, as you can see here. It's super simple, super easy to do. And well, I know when holding it, it sounded pretty good. All right, so here's the other test I wanted to do. This is just clipped to my shirt, as you can see here. It's super simple, super easy to do. And well, I know when holding it, it sounded pretty good. All right, so you just listen to it yourself. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Does it sound good raw? Do you think it can be used, or do you think that it doesn't sound good at all? I really am curious about it, and I do want to know if this is something you guys and gals liked, if you want to see more content gear created stuff, because I mean, I literally got stuff everywhere, and I've been doing this long enough now. I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I'm still learning. So if you guys and gals want to learn along with me, let me know in the comments below. I would love to start hooking people up with gear that I actually recommend and use on a daily, making content for YouTube, UGC, and everything in between. If you like this Fine video, make sure you check out one of these 2 Fine videos over here in either one of my corners for mics, of course. And I'll see you guys and gals in the next video. As always, peace and, well, love.